support him because he's our current president. Like, why? What does me hating on our current president do?
Dude, you literally just got done hating on the last president. You fucking hypocrite.
Yeah, because that was our last president.
So before
What?
so before Donald
What
Trump's
does me
inauguration
not?
for a second term, would you consider yourself a Biden supporter since he was the current
What does me
president?
not supporting our current president do for
So
anyone?
I just want to be clear. I want to make
What'd
sure
you
you're
say?
consistent. Before January, when Biden was president, you supported him because he was the current president, right?
I mean, like I had to respect him and stuff because he's the head of our
But
country.
did you support him as president? Were you a Biden
I mean,
supporter?
didn't, he wasn't my first choice, but I would like
Were you a
I
Biden
wouldn't just
supporter? Yes or
bash
no?
everything he did. I'm not a Biden support. Like I'm not a little Biden dick rider like you,
Okay, okay, got
but
it, got it. So you weren't a Biden supporter, even though he was the current president. So just saying that Donald Trump is the current president doesn't tell me why you're a Trump supporter.
I like his beliefs as far as like all the I just vote because he's the Republican candidate and I support the Republican views on
Yeah.
most
So
things.
what specific views of Trump's do you support? Is it the "fuck you, die" bill that took healthcare away from 10 million low-income Americans and spent 4.5 trillion dollars to get it done, or is it like the
The
very
what bill?
gross womanizing and misogyny he's been engaging in since the 70s?
Bro, that's not policies. That's freaking him as a person. I never said I supported him as a person. I supported him as the president.
Well, the role of the presidency is a role of public service. And if we have somebody like Trump that doesn't care about the thoughts, wants, needs, desires, and attention of women and girls because he's raped one and has talked down on them for his whole life, how could he possibly serve to their better interest by legislating in the Oval Office?
I'll wait. I had a comment from one of your last debates. So you don't think it was good? I 100% agree that at the pageant or whatever, it wasn't good that he was doing that. But what's the difference between that and a biological male walking into a women's locker room
Oh,
and
okay.
watching them undress? Because they're
You're
both males.
well, you're asking me what the difference is between what Donald Trump did and trans women going into the women's restroom.
No,
Um,
I'm
un,
asking the difference between a
so unfortunately, yeah. So when you say biological male, you're just talking about trans women, right? Unfortunately, we can't have a conversation about trans women on TikTok Live, just because TikTok will ban me for it. But in a nutshell, segregating restrooms on the basis of gender identity compared to that of sex is actually safer for all of the women in the women's restroom, including cis women. But we can't talk about it. You'll get flagged. I mean, TikTok is on my ass today.
Okay.
So
That is weird though.
what is one thing that Donald Trump has done in the last 200 days that makes you support him?
Bro, he took a bullet to the ear and took that shit like a badass. You gotta admit, he was tough as hell when he did that. The little fist pump.
Not
That
only
was
did that
tough.
not happen in the last 200 days, but are you
Oh, that was
telling
like
me if he
300.
didn't
Yeah,
take
that
a
was
bullet
longer
to his
ago.
ear and rather Kamala Harris took a bullet to her ear that you would have voted for her?
She wouldn't have pimped it like him, though.
Okay. All right.
You know what I mean?
How many branches of government are there?
Shit, three.
No, then
Four.
there you go. It's four. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Judicial, legislative. Yeah,
What are the four branches of
executive.
government?
Judicial, executive, legislative, and shoot, I got stuck on this one. One sec. Give me the first letter.
Oh, I'm not going to
Come
give
on,
you the
bro.
first letter.
Give it to me.
The first letter is non existent.
There's no letter?
There's no letter because there's not a fourth branch. There's only three.
Oh yeah, I was right. There's three. Yeah, you tricked me.
How did I trick you into giving a wrong answer?
Because I said three and you said no,
Okay, I guess I did say that. I guess I did
and I
trick you.
believed you. I didn't
I
think
guess
you
I
were
kind
a
of I
liar.
guess I kind of did do that. I guess I kind of did do
Yeah,
that. I guess I kind of did do
like
that.
what the heck? I thought I could have sworn.
So what is something that Trump has done while he's been the president that has
Oh,
served to the
while
better
he's been
interest of the average American?
uh, his tariffs, bro. His tariffs are gonna they're trash right now, like the inflation and everything. But hopefully, uh, they'll start to pick up better and help everyone out.
Can I ask you what a tariff is?
Tariff is like a tax on importations.
Oh, it's a tax on imports. Okay, great. And why do you think that taxing our imports will be good in the long term?
because it will cause us to start to make it in America,
No, no,
and then
American
we'll.
manufacturing is going to be hurt in the long term because of Trump's mass deportation. We're firing 8.3 million of their workers and 11 million of their consumers. It's
Well, if
going
they're
to
not
totally
legal, they
destroy
should.
and decimate our manufacturers.
If they're not legal, they should be fired.
If they're okay, so you'd say that because they're undocumented, you're okay with removing them even if it destroys our economy.
Well, hopefully we shouldn't depend on illegal immigrants
Well,
that,
the
like,
fact of the matter is, regardless of
in
whether
California,
you
10
like it or
illegal
not,
immigrants got arrested for
don't say
sexual
any
sexual assault.
DRUG. Okay, you didn't say
Oh,
DRUG. You said sexual
sorry.
assault. Rod, thank you for the
Oh, no,
galaxy.
no, no. Can I say that?
Wait, so you just said that they got arrested for sexual assault. Do you think that would warrant their removal from the country? I would say yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I would say yeah. If they were found
Yeah.
guilty
Well,
of it,
I mean,
then
they shouldn't be here in the
we should
first
either put
place.
them. Honestly, if an undocumented immigrant is found guilty of SA, they should be put in jail, right? All right,
In their own country.
okay, given that they have a reliable criminal justice system in their home country, they should be deported and put in jail in their home country. Now, if you think that SA would
Yeah.
warrant the removal of an
So why
undocumented
would we
immigrant,
why would we let that risk in?
let me finish talking. If you think that SA would warrant the removal of an
Okay.
undocumented immigrant from the country, why wouldn't SA warrant the removal of a president from the White House? Donald Trump was found guilty of SA in 2023.
In 2023? So before he was president?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess after and before he was president. I mean, maybe he shouldn't have been eligible to run for office though, but
If he should have
I
been
mean he
eligible to run
was
for
and he was the
office, then
better option.
obviously you wouldn't support him.
I said maybe not, but he was and he was a better option than the other one, that's for sure.
Wait, so why would you say
So
the person that shouldn't even be eligible for option was a better for the office was a better option than Kamala Harris? What's your beef with Harris?
because she did, bro, she was basically the president Biden's whole administration because he was like,
So
now he can
sleepy.
admit he's not doing well, you know, and she did not do good.
Name one bad policy. Name one bad policy the Biden Harris administration passed. Name it right now.
All right, I'm not going to name a bad policy, but I'll tell you that I'm enjoying
Oh,
life a lot more right now
really?
than whenever the gas prices were high, and now I'm
Oh,
driving and my gas prices are lower, and
the
I'm
gas. The
whipping my
gas.
truck. Yeah,
Yeah, the gas for the truck. Hell yes, brother.
because
How did
I had a
Biden and
Subaru.
Harris? Subarus don't sell trucks.
No, I had a Subaru for Biden Harris, and then once Trump was back in office, gas prices started to get lower. I was like, I'm gonna get this truck because I can the gas bill won't be quite as bad as whenever those two were running our stuff, you know?
Okay, whatever. So I'm gonna ignore that. What did the Biden Harris administration do to make gas more expensive?
I don't know what they did, but they did it
Oh. So if you don't know what they did, then how do you know they did it?
because it was.
Oh, because it
was more
was.
expensive.
So anything that happens in the country was caused by the president. So this means that Donald Trump caused COVID. This means that Donald Trump caused the highest level of
That was
unemployment
China, bro. That
in the
was
last
China.
100. No, because it happened in America when he was president.
Yeah, but it came from China.
Oh, but no, he caused it in America.
How?
I
It's
don't
not
know
like
how he did it, but he did it because it happened while he was president.
You sound really uneducated right now,
My
Dean.
point, sir. You do
You
sound,
sound like an
yes.
uneducated man child.
Cook. I did sound like an uneducated man child when I said that Trump caused the pandemic merely because it happened in the country under his presidency. And then you asked me how he caused it. I said, I don't know how he caused it, but he caused it. That indeed did make me sound like an uneducated man child, just like you literally are an uneducated man child. My evidence being you making the
No.
same suggestion as it related to the price of gas in America under the
Why are you
Biden-Harris
making that
administration.
face right now,
Case
bro?
closed.
All right, that is not case closed because it's a disease and gas prices. They're two different things.
Okay, so then how do you know that the Biden-Harris administration could cause gas prices to go up, but Donald Trump couldn't cause a disease to spread? Is it because external variables influence the disease to spread? Guess what, my friend? External variables also influence gas prices to go up, such as a lower level of global oil production by Russia's invasion of Ukraine. We stopped buying their shit because we didn't want to economically promote their country as they were committing an ethnic cleansing. Case closed. Owned. Boom. Arabella, thank you for the $20 on Super Chat. They say, hey, Dean, I'm the only liberal in my Arkansas family, and I wanted to try to convince them to stop supporting Trump. My parents are both three-time Trump voters as well. Do you have any advice? Arabella, get them on the stream. I'll talk to them. Hell yeah, Arabella. As well as Bread, thank you for the dollar over on Venmo. That is very kind of you, Bread. Thank you, Bread and Arabella. Show some love to Arabella down below in the chat. By the way, this gets left, so let's go to move on to that next Trump supporter. We got Ryan Harris connecting. And if you're watching and you would like to support me, you could find my Venmo and my PayPal in the link tree in my bio. I get 100% of those proceeds. They go straight to me and they pop up as a notification on my phone where I could read your name and any and all attached messages out. Welcome in, you Maga.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, bad. Very bad. Trump is a bad president. Why do you support him?
Because he owns the liberal sissy boys.
Oh, owns them femboys, right? He
Oh
owns them.
yeah,
He owns the femboys. You like seeing femboys get owned?
all day long.
You like watching femboys get owned all day long, sir?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah. All right. All right. So
I like watching them get put in weird positions too.
yes, sir. True American patriot right here. Get the hell off my life. You're trolling. We're gonna move on to that next guest right now. Everyone, just give us a minute. Okay. He was trolling. He was trolling. All right. Let's go and see what that next guest has to say. Dude, I gotta say that's one of the funniest trolls. I gotta say that's one of the funniest trolls. All right, we're gonna move on to the next guest. Let's go. LFG, W guest. What's up? Do you support Trump? Okay, they're not here. All right, no. All right, we're gonna move on to the next guest. We got Gone connecting to the stream. All right, what's up? Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Okay, how old are you?
19.
Okay, all right. And what year were you born in?
2005.
Okay, great. Let me thank somebody real quick, then I'm going to pass you the mic. I just would like to thank Carmel. What an interesting name. Carmel, thank you so much for the $75 donation over on PayPal. That is very kind of you. That is Carmel, spelled Karmel. Carmel says, Dean, I've been watching you for a while. I appreciate you for standing up for women and victims. And the quote-unquote F you die bill will forever be what I call the big beautiful bill now. And it was the laugh I needed this year. Keep on doing you. Happy belated birthday from Carmel. Carmel, thank you for your kind words. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you for supporting what we do. That is an incredibly kind donation. Seriously, $75 is a lot. Thank you so much, Carmel. Now, what year did you say you were born in?
2005.
And what month?
January.
Yeah, you'd be 20, my friend. Get pushed. Moving on. I didn't even catch that. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't really listening. Oh, dude, this guy's back. Okay, I'm gonna let this guy back. I wanted to talk to him, but he violated the TikTok terms of service, so I had to kick him.
Oh yeah, I didn't think I was too harsh.
I
You
honestly,
pretty.
dude, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think you were either. I don't know what you got a
I
restriction
I
for.
think a lot of these. I ain't gonna say it.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna lay back
you're
off of that.
about to blame it on the liberals. Keep in mind, I just had to restart my
No.
live stream because of the same flags. It's not liberals, it's TikTok.
Oh, you think TikTok is spying on us as we speak?
No, just TikTok has a very shitty auto moderation system that it serves to the worst interests of
Okay.
everybody. The conservatives will
Blame
say
it
it's
on
the liberals.
AI.
Actually, yes, blame it on AI.
No, sir.
Okay, all right,
No, sir.
pal. Hey, I have a question.
So
Are you a true American patriot?
I definitely sort of am.
Do
Yes,
true American
I think
patriots care about?
America. I think America offers the greatest opportunity for someone to come from nowhere to
I have
somewhere.
a question. Do true American patriots value the American Constitution?
I would say so.
Would you ever support a president that didn't value the Constitution, called for its termination, and it just belligerently
Well,
violated it for no reason? Given that you are a
oh,
true American
are you
patriot that
speaking?
does care about the Constitution.
Well, are you speaking about the Chicago situation?
No, I'm not talking about Trump. Trump is a
DC? You don't
Trump.
think those places need to be
Trump.
cleaned up?
Trump is a patriot. You never do this. Answer my question. If you need me to repeat it, I can.
Go ahead, repeat it for me, young man.
I asked you if you're a patriot. You said yes. I asked you if patriots care about the Constitution. You said yes. So then my follow-up question was, because you're a patriot that cares about the Constitution, would you ever support a president that doesn't care about the Constitution, as belligerently violated it like a billion times,
Well,
and
I
even
didn't
specifically
support
called for
Biden.
extermination?
No, I didn't support Biden at all. I think he should have been kicked.
All right. So you wouldn't
And
support a president that has done those things, right?
of course not.
Okay. Wow. Donald Trump has done those things. In December of 2022, he explicitly called for the termination of the Constitution. On January 20th this year, he signed Executive Order number 14160 into law, which took constitutional rights away from those that have them per birthright citizenship in the 14th Amendment. That was unconstitutional. Last week, he tried to ban burning of the American flag. SCOTUS ruled in the 80s that that's protected under freedom of speech. That was unconstitutional.
Yeah.
Last week, a federal judge ruled that his tariffs were
But guess what?
unconstitutional.
Guess what?
2
young
months
fella?
ago, he said that he
Calm
wanted to
down,
run
my
for a
guy.
third. No, I'm not done. 2 months ago, he said that he wanted to run for a third term. That's unconstitutional in violation of the 22nd Amendment. And in his first term, he signed the
Dude,
bump stock ban into
will
law,
you
which was
chill
ruled as
out?
unconstitutional in violation of the Second Amendment by SCOTUS. So to
Goodness
date,
gracious.
he's violated the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the 14th Amendment, and the 22nd
What in the
Amendment.
hell are you reading off of, first of all?
I'm not reading off of anything other than my own intelligence, sir.
You got
You're just simply
Obama's
not on my level.
teleprompter?
I don't have any teleprompter, my good sir.
Goodness gracious. So he violated 4 constitutional amendments.
Yeah, something like that.
And guess what? In this great country of ours, we have checks and balances, sir.
Oh, that's right. But you told
So
me
actually,
earlier.
he didn't violate anything. Did you feel violated?
Okay. All right. So now you're telling me that you don't care because the checks and balances worked.
Yes, they worked. Thank you, America.
So if when Biden was president, he passed an executive order that explicitly contradicted the Second Amendment and said no American has the right to own a gun, and if you're found with a gun, you'll be put in jail. Would you call him like a wannabe authoritarian and say that you don't support him because of the unconstitutional things that he's doing? Or would you say
Well,
he
the
didn't
94
actually do
crime bill
anything?
was
One second.
unconstitutional. and
Or
he
would you
was very
would you actually say that he didn't do anything unconstitutional as the checks and balances worked and stopped him? By the way, he's not muted. He's just silent.
Oh, you wouldn't call that muted. You literally muted me, young man.
Then you unmuted yourself and stayed quiet for like 30
I
seconds.
didn't realize that I was muted until I looked
Okay.
down at my phone.
On my side, it said that you were unmuted. Whatever. Respond to my question. If you
Oh,
forget
so
my
there's two
question, I'll
different.
repeat it.
Okay, so on your side, I was unmuted. Gotcha. AI again, right?
Would you like to respond to the question? I feel like you're going to pivot.
That wasn't a question. That was
Hey,
a
hey, hey,
diatribe.
hey, guys, when this guest pivots, can you like bully him in the chat or some shit?
That was a diatribe.
Define diatribe.
hmm Every time you speak, that's what a diatribe.
No, bro, define diatribe.
You definitely monologue. You
Spell
monologue.
diatribe.
You monologue, and then you call it a question. That's not a damn question.
All right, listen, I'm going to make it simple. If Biden passed an executive order that explicitly banned your right to own any and all guns, but then it was struck down by the courts because of checks and balances, would you say that he's a wannabe authoritarian that has violated the Constitution, or would you say that you don't care because the checks and balances worked?
I would damn sure say thank you very much, Supreme Court.
So would you say that he's a wannabe?
Wouldn't you say that?
Would you say that he's a wannabe authoritarian that violated the Constitution, or would you say he's not those things because the checks and
No,
balances
you
worked
guys
to prevent
call
them?
Trump a rapist. You call
Oh
him
my
a
God.
PDF file.
You can't track
You
the
guys-
conversation. You are lost, old man. Pay attention.
Yeah, I am.
Pay attention.
I pay attention.
Pay
What do you
attention.
mean?
Pay attention. Quite frankly, pay attention.
Okay,
Dude,
I'm paying attention. So when Biden needs help
Biden.
walking off the stage,
Biden. You're
yeah.
so obsessed
Oh, you want me
with
to
him.
go to?
You're so
You want me to go to
obsessed with-
Harris?
You're so
Where'd
obsessed.
you want me to go to?
You're so
I
obsessed
can
with
cook
Biden.
Harris too now. I can
Right,
cook Harris
right.
too.
You claim that Donald Trump is like the best thing since sliced bread, but then when somebody critical of him starts
never
to speak,
said that.
Trump is the last thing you'd ever want to talk about, right?
I never said that about Donald
Yeah,
Trump.
this guy got BDS. This guy got BDS. Biden.
The only thing
derangement
that
syndrome.
makes Trump great is the left. Did you know that?
Really? So he's not great in it. So well, can't
There
speak.
would be
So
no
he's not
Trump
great
if it wasn't
in
for
of it.
Biden,
I can't
dude,
even
and
speak.
Harris.
I'm stuttering hard today. Sorry, guys. By the way, I do have a stutter. I would like to clarify that. I have a stutter. I've just been able to work through it. So if you ever see me just start randomly stuttering, it's because of that. I'm going to try to repeat that self. And he left. So he just left. Okay, goodbye. All right, moving on to the next guest. You take care. What is going on with these crazy guests today? What's up, man?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, man. Do you still support the president? Are you still a big Trump guy?
I know you were about to say. I know you were about to say like the worst president. You gotta, you gotta work on.
In about 6.5 miles, turn right onto Walt Whitman Road.
Right?
Are you driving?
No.
But I feel like I could hear like a little bit of like a background noise, like the road sound. Is it just
No,
an,
no.
Is it just
I'm
like
playing
an
Grand Theft Auto.
Is that just like an air conditioner?
Yes, yes.
That's just like an air conditioner in the background.
Oh, I know you were saying you wanted to say the worst president in human history in my lifetime, right?
You were a shameless liar.
No.
He didn't know that we could hear the GPS. In fact, the GPS, it was coming out of his phone, so he probably just assumed that we couldn't hear it. We're the same way that like I don't know. What's up? Do you support Trump?
No, I don't. Matter of fact,
Banned, quite frankly, we are just looking for people that do. We're gonna go and move on to the next guest. Yo, by the way, if you want to support me, you can find my Venmo, my PayPal, and the link tree in my bio. I get 100% of the proceeds over there. Yo, including, oh my god, holy shit, Lauren, thank you so much for the $121 donation over on Venmo. Holy fuck, Lauren. Lauren says I'm a few days late, but happy belated birthday. $121 for your 21st. Thanks for being a great role model for our society as always. Lauren, that is ridiculously kind of you. Holy crap. Everybody watching, please show some love to Lauren down below in that chat while we're starting this next debate with Mr. Garrett down here. Lauren, that is so incredibly kind. You are so generous, and thank you so much for the love. Very fucking seriously, that is just absolutely insanely nuts. Show some love to Lauren down below in that chat. Holy fuck. Thank you so much. And take it away, Mr. Garrett. Tell us why you support Trump.
It's not so much that I support him, but I wanted to ask some questions. So, like, what's your opinion on like the border situation here under the Biden administration and the Trump?
I'm gonna direct you to a video I posted. So if you go on my account page and you scroll 12 rows down, you'll find a video that is titled "America Needs to Change and Here's Why." It is a 5.5-minute explainer video on my thoughts on immigration policy under Trump, where it's been and where I want it to be. And I just recommend you go watch that, since we are just looking to talk to Trump supporters that can give an argument for why. But if you're just curious about my thoughts, head over and watch that video. But Lauren, seriously, thank you. What's up? Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
Oh no, you shouldn't, Gabe. He's a very bad president. Why would you ever support the shitty felon with a terrible policy?
Because I like the guns and stuff like that.
You like the guns? Okay.
Yep.
What year are you
So like,
born
why are
in?
they gonna ban guns whenever I could keep guns?
Actually, Donald Trump infringed upon the Second Amendment in his first term with his bump stock ban, and he's actively trying to infringe upon it again by banning gun ownership for trans individuals. Right? And if you want to respond to that by saying, well, it's not affecting you because you're not trans, and maybe you think they deserve it because you're a bigot. Well, what this demonstrates is that Donald Trump is willing to infringe upon instrumental foundational rights offered and guaranteed to citizens by the Constitution if he doesn't like those in which they're guaranteed unto. What if a day comes when he doesn't like you?
He does like me. He knows me. He follows me on Instagram.
All right, we're going to move on to the next guest. Obviously, Trump doesn't follow him on Instagram. Weird troll. We got Chase loading up. All right. By the way, speaking of guns, Chad, I bought my first one. I get to pick it up on Monday. I bought a sidearm on yesterday. Bought a sidearm for self-defense. Hell yeah. Can't wait to pick it up. Can't wait to pick it up. Oh man, I'm thinking I'm also probably gonna get my CCW for concealed carry. Let's go to move on to the next guess. We'll see. We'll see. Concealed carry and lib. Self-defense is important, folks. Very important. And I need it too. It is, dude. I need it, guys. I need it. I need it, guys. I remember when I was telling you guys a couple months ago about how somebody pulled up on me and my girlfriend and pulled a gun on us. And it ended up just being a BB gun, but they were like shooting at us while they were driving. Before I knew it was a BB gun, before like I knew more about that, dude, I just remember being in that moment and just being like so vividly like afraid, you know, because like what if that situation happened again, or what if something else, like what if somebody showed up to my house, you know, like I was out front this morning working on my car and a car was driving by, they stopped and 3 people got out of it and walked up to me. Luckily they were fans, right? They just wanted to take a picture. They were just like, what the fuck, Dean Withers, like just Dean Withers in the wild. You know what I mean? But like still, like when that car stopped and like 3 people got out of it and started walking towards me, you know, it's like, what if they weren't fans? We're gonna move on to the next guess here. Everyone give us a minute to get the next guess up here. We got Patty G connecting. Dylan in the YouTube chat just says, just get a pile of rocks to keep by your bed. Well, maybe. We're going to get that next Trump supporter loaded up in here right now. We got Landon connecting. And maybe that's like one of my controversial takes, but like, I think that like gun ownership is like permissible in like a lot of scenarios, including mine. What's up? Do you support Trump?
Hey there, Dean. I wanted to ask you, do you think Hitler's a bad leader?
Yes, and goodbye. I don't want to know what you think. I don't want to know what you think. We're going to go ahead and move on. Give us a minute. Let's go to get that next Trump supporter loaded up in here. Hop in that queue of your Maga and you'd like to come up here and debate. Give us a minute. What's up, Will? Do you support Trump?
Hey, dude. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. What time is it?
Right now it's 4:18.
What state are you in?
4:18?
What state are you in?
Oh, sorry. New York.
New York? What are 3 cities in New York?
New York, New Jersey, and Newark.
Do you say New Jersey?
Yeah.
You're almost there. You're pretty close. You're pretty close. You're pretty close. I got to give it to you. Knowing the time in New York is impressive. What's up? Do you support Trump?
Dina, I'm back.
Connor, how long has it been?
Dina, man, I mean, it's been forever, man. You just don't love me anymore. There's no love. There's no love, and I don't understand why.
Connor,
where's the love go?
Connor. Listen, love's still there. Connor.
Yeah, I mean, you were talking about you wanted to convert me and stuff.
I do gotta ask you.
Going on.
Yeah, I do gotta ask you. You know, you've been hanging out in the stream for like a while now. Are you like somehow not a radical liberal? Is your hair blue yet, Connor?
It is not blue. I mean, we could see something soon. Who knows?
Diet blue, Connor.
It could go blue. Who knows?
Yes, let's go, Connor. Let's go. W blue hair, Connor. I love it.
Hey, remember the deal we had though. You remember the deal?
Wait, what was the deal? Tell me.
You said in 2028, if I vote for liberal, you'll come hit a lift with me.
Yes, Connor. Yes, and I still mean it. We're still on. Listen, I've been back in the gym. All right, the maxes are up. I'm gonna brutally mog you. All right.
All right, let's do it. 2028.
It's gonna be great.
2028, and I will send proof if I do. And then you gotta come to where I'm at. We gotta hit that lift.
You know what, Connor? I'm a man of my word. You got it. You vote blue. All right. We'll go hit a crazy pump. Okay. All right.
All right, brother. You have a good one, boy.
Yeah, you take care, Connor. You take care. We're gonna move on to the next guest. All right. That's my bro. Okay. All right. That's my bro right there. Let's go and see what that next guest has to say. Keep in mind if you're in that queue, make sure that it's because you're a Trump supporter. We're going to go ahead and get that next guest connected. We got Caden loading in. Somebody in the comment section on YouTube said bribing for votes. That's our streamer. Yeah, let's go, bro. Let's go, dude. Hell yeah. What's up? You support Trump?
Hello?
Hey, what's up? You support Trump?
Yes.
How old are you?
19.
Okay, what year are you born in? Yeah.
2005.
What month?
November.
Okay, all right. You would be 19, my friend. Yo, dude, real quick, before we hop in the debate, I got to thank somebody because holy shit, Margaret. Thank you so much for the $200 donation over on PayPal. Jesus Christ. Margaret. Margaret with the $200 donation says, I really love your show, and I love when you mock the Trump supporters, and they don't even know it. It's hilarious. I'm astounded at the ignorance of these people, and I'm so impressed that you stay calm and kill them with logic that they can't follow. Very entertaining. Margaret, I am so happy that you are pleased with the stream. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the $200 donation. Seriously, that is a shit ton of money, Margaret. That is so incredibly kind and generous of you. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the donation. I want to see 2,000 Margaret W's in that chat while we're hopping into this next debate with Caden. Take it away, man. While we're all thanking Margaret, tell us why you support Trump. Great argument. Best argument I've ever heard, quite frankly. It looks like he got some stage fright. Okay. He has some performance anxiety. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next guest right now. As well as, hey, James, thank you for the $20 over on Super Chat. Appreciate you for that love, man. That is very kind of you. Been a while since your CI handler dropped in, but I got to say I can't stand the debates anymore. It's okay, James. I appreciate you for being here. It's been a while, though. I remember you, man. Thank you for the 20. We're going to move on to the next guest, guys. It looks like this guest left too. Moving on to the next guest. Here we go. Trying to find a Trump supporter in a crowd of over 12.5 thousand. It's surprisingly difficult. As well as Deirdre. Thank you for the $33 donation over on PayPal. Deirdre didn't leave a message, only the love. I hope that you're doing well, Deirdre. It's been a while. It's been a while. Seriously, it's been a while. Thank you for the $33. Hi, Justin. Hi.
What's up? Excited over getting $200, man, when you could get a real job and make more than that, my guy.
Justin.
Damn, is this what the world's going to, man?
Justin.
It's sad how this world works, my guy. Like, nobody could work a regular 9 to 5 without, oh, let me go to social media and, you know, thank you for $200. You don't even know these people, bro.
Justin, can we do a breathing exercise together?
No, I'm just stating facts, bro. If you don't like the facts, kick me. I don't give a fuck. It's just facts, bro.
I think a breathing exercise would help you state the facts.
No, you know what? I think an anxiety pen would be nice right about now. Yeah.
Okay.
Why don't you tell me where you get your anxiety pen, and maybe I'll go pick one up.
Okay. I could do that. I could have my people send you over that information, Justin. Now, seriously, let's focus on Zen. I want you to take a moment. I want you to clear your mind and bring it down a level. Okay?
I'd rather clear my ass than listen to this shit.
That was a weird statement. What?
I'm just be honest, bro. Like, who the fuck comes on here and gets $200 sent by some random ass stranger?
Let's
beats me, man. I wish I could get a job that I don't have to wake up and come home and shower and get ready for my next shift. Like, bro, shit.
I know you wish you
could. How do you do this all day and just get thousands of dollars thrown at you, bro?
I know you.
Like, how do you do it? Like, I can't.
I get it. I am incredibly privileged. I'm very privileged, Justin, and I.
Oh, now you can play the privilege card. Okay.
Wait. You were just saying how privileged I am.
And you fell for it, bro, and you took the bait.
No, it's not bait. It's true. Like, yeah, I'm an incredibly privileged person, and I acknowledge that, and I'm very grateful for it.
Bro, you probably have not seen the outside of your house in a couple of years, probably.
Probably, Justin. Here's my goal for you for the day. Here's my goal for you for the day, okay? Because I legitimately want to have a constructive...
What's your goal? Because I just got off of work, and I took a pretty good shower, And I'm about to, go in bed and get ready in a couple hours for work again. Something you don't know about, my guy.
We're gonna leave that behind
Something
us,
you don't know
Justin.
about how to come home, take a shower, get into bed with your significant other, sleep,
Justin,
get up,
I genuinely do not want to rage bait you on this today. I genuinely want to have
I'm just saying, bro, do you know what it's like to come home from work, have your significant other have dinner ready for you? You get out the shower, have a nice cup of tea or something, ice cold tea, a nice warm, dinner, eat, get in the shower, get out, go to bed, wake up in a couple hours, have lunch for, your next shift ready. Like, you don't know what that is like, bro.
Abigail, thank you so much for the $30 over on Venmo from a random ass person. That is incredibly kind of you, Abigail. Thank you so much for the $30. Let's show some love to Abigail down below. Let's get 300 Abigail W's down below in that chat, as well as Vinny. Thank you for the $15. Saying Justin has soft hands from a welder working 60 plus hours a week. Oh, how do you feel about that? Vinny is a welder that works 60 plus hours a week, and he says you have soft hands.
He probably has soft hands. I don't, bro.
He's a welder, 60 hours a week. You can't get any more like crude, not soft hands than that.
Yeah, and he's throwing his money away at someone that doesn't have a job. Come on. Do better, bro. Do better,
so you're just
bro.
telling Vinny to do better?
Wait,
but this is the land of the free, and I should be able to do whatever the goddamn I want with my money. Isn't that what Vinny, with very not soft hands, as a welder working 60 plus hours a week right now, would tell you?
I don't know, but I wouldn't be throwing my money away at somebody that stays at a freaking computer all
Are
damn
you a
day.
communist? Do you want to control
No, I'm not.
Why do you want to control what other people do with their money? I'm sensing
I'm just saying, he could spend that money on a significant other, take her out to a nice dinner, or take him out to a nice dinner.
I did like 3 nights ago for my birthday. I took my girlfriend out to a dinner.
Your pillow friend does not count as a significant other, my guy.
Why would I buy a pillow dinner? What are you saying, Justin?
Because you probably have a pillow friend and you just take them out when you want to get out the house or go touch grass.
But pillows don't eat.
I'm sure yours does.
You're incoherent. Just give it up, man. I'm trying to keep you from straying down this path. I don't want to do the rage bait about the donations today. I'm just genuinely curious.
I don't care, bro. Like I said,
listen,
I
do. This is me putting a good effort in trying to have a legitimately productive dialogue with you. I want to just set all that behind us. Let's just stop talking about the money. Let's just talk about why you support Trump.
Because he's better than anyone else. Kamala couldn't do shit.
Okay.
The LAPD doesn't even want to be her security, bro. LAPD doesn't even want to be her security. Come on now.
Okay, so why do you think Donald Trump was better than Harris?
Dude, look what he's doing. He's getting rid of all the illegals, bro. Come on now.
Okay, and why do you support mass deportation?
Why? Because I do.
So
they need to come here legally. They need to come here the legal way.
So if you think that a single misdemeanor would warrant a removal from the country, then why don't you think 34 felonies would, at the bare minimum, warrant a removal from the White House?
Oh my God, dude, is that all you guys can come to? Is a 34 felonies?
That's one of the many possible counter arguments.
You really lost it, bro. You really lost.
Yo, Vinny, I appreciate you for the $20 on Venmo saying here I did better and sent more for soft hand Justin. Thank you for the $20, Vinny, as well as Brittany with the $15 on Venmo for the pillow friend dinner fund. And then Emma with the $15 saying you are my favorite TikToker. Thank you so much for your service. Thank you so much, Emma. That is very kind. As well as Sandra with the $40. Thank you so much for the love, Sandra. Let's get 400 Sandra W's. Sandra with a 40 says you have to be intelligent to have money thrown at you.
Don't you feel bad?
I appreciate you for the love, Sandra. That is very, very kind.
Thank
you so much. As well as Hannah with a 5, Bread with a 5, Emma with a 5, Bread with a 1. Thank you guys so much for the love. Tino with a $5 as well. I appreciate that. And then Billy Jane with a $15 over on PayPal. And Ethan with a $50 donation over on PayPal. Thank you so much for the love, Ethan. Saying, imagine being upset with somebody that can earn a living in a different way than you. Fuck Donald Trump, by the way. Let's go, Ethan. Thank you for the $50. That is seriously so fucking incredibly kind of you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you all. That is very, very kind of each and every single one of you guys. As well as Emily with the $21 over on Super Chat. Thank you so much for the love, Emily. And Jessica with the $5 on Venmo. So go back to it. Answer my question. If you think that a simple misdemeanor Justin got upset, so we turned on a sad Bart Simpson music edit on YouTube. We're gonna move on to the next guest. All right, we got that next guest connecting right now. Here we go. All right, Austin's not loading in. Go ahead and hop in that queue for me if you support Trump. I'll happily have you up here literally right now, folks. I'll get you loaded into the live, and it will be great. Hop in that queue if you're a MAGA. Hop in that queue if you're MAGA. We got Logan hopefully connecting to the stream here, folks. We got Logan hopefully connecting, quite frankly. What's up? Do you support Trump?
Oh, shit. Did I join?
Yeah, are you MAGA?
Fuck nah.
Base, but unfortunately I got to kick you because we're only looking to talk to Trump supporters. Have a good rest of your day. Make sure if you're joining that queue, it is specifically because you support Donald J. Trump as president. Please, 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 please make sure that you're following those rules, everybody. Come on now. Let's follow those rules. We got the next guest loading in right now. What's up? Do you support Trump? Hello? Get banned. Oh my God. Okay. By the way, guys, Trump supporters are like low-key going extinct. I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it very real. They're going extinct. They're nowhere to be found. Where are they? Where are they? They're not here. So where are they? Who's next? Who is next? What about Maya? We'll get Maya up here. Somebody is saying that Trump is live right now. What is Trump yapping about? Should we cover Trump? What's up? Do you support Trump?
I have a question.
Follow the rules. Trump is live. Should we cover it? Should we cover it, chat? Should we throw Trump's stream up? I agree. We should. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's throw it up. Let's throw it up. We'll get that going right now. As well as, hey, let's see here. Haley, thank you for the $5 over on PayPal. I appreciate you for the love. As well as Wolf, thank you for the $50 on Venmo. Thank you so much for the love. Saying from a CDRUG educator who's worked 40 hours a week, here's $50 for Justin's increased rage. That new follower. Love. Thank you so much for the love, Wolf. That is very kind of you. Let's get 500 Wolf W's down below in that comment section. Seriously, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Wolf. 500 Wolf W's while we are loading up Trump's little speech. Where's he at? Trump announces the Department of War.
Sure, as you said, serving our nation is an incredible gift that we give, and the reward on that gift pays back.
We should pull this up. Let's do final vote. Let's do final vote. We're going to do a final vote if we pull up Trump's speech right now. Over on YouTube, we're going to go ahead and start the poll. Should we listen to Trump? Yes or no? Everyone over on TikTok, let me know your thoughts. Seeing a lot of yeses. Seeing a lot of yeses. Okay. All right. We'll get that going right now, quite frankly. It's going to take me a little bit to transition into it. I first have to pull it up over on the TikTok. I think if I just switch my layout here. Split view. Wow! Look at that! Look at that. I already have it all keyed up and ready to go. We're going to go ahead and start playing it. Let's listen to what the orange fascist has to say.
Year over year, and I think the young people of America are seeing the importance of service, and whether it's in any of our armed services or in local police, fire, rescue, service is an important thing. That
How are they
I
yapping
personally
about?
Encourage, and I know everyone else in government service sees that same reward.
And Pete, on recruitment, what do you think? I was down at Fort Benning, the newly properly renamed.
This guy's like 3 DUIs, by the way.
Watching Army basic training, and they're so full they can't barely handle the throughput. It is truly historic across all the services, as you said. It's been a surge into the, I was going to say the Defense Department, but I will say the War Department. And that you might almost call it a vibe shift, an attitude shift.
Wait. The War Department?
The country is back, that service is back. And there were military families last year.
The War Department?
I wrote a book on this. I don't know if I can recommend service.
Wait, did I catch that right? 1 second. I need to roll it back. I need to roll it back.
You heard
here.
it.
Did you say the War Department?
Over immense last shift, a feeling that the country is back, that service is back. And there were military families last year, Mr. President, that said, I don't know if I can recommend, I wrote a book on this. I don't know if I can recommend service to my son or daughter, given what's been done to our military. You heard it over and over and over again. And I hear from those same military families right now, sir, and they're saying, I recommend to my kids that they go into this department, this Pentagon, under this commander-in-chief, who they know you'll have their back and they want to serve. So it is historic, and it's the biggest reflection of how motivated Americans are by your leadership, sir.
You know, really, it's nothing more than spirit. love for the country. I guess the esprit de corps, as they say, you have more of that than we've had maybe ever, frankly. But to see it turn over a period of less than a year, I would say, but to see it turn, nobody wanted to go into the military. Now everybody wants to go into the military. Jennifer, you wanted?
Yeah, there's some new reporting on North Korea and this Navy SEAL incident
Oh,
in
exciting.
2019.
Okay,
Can
let's see what he has
you
to
say
say.
if the administration has engaged with North Korea on that incident since it happened recently?
Yeah.
And then can you share some recollections?
I don't know anything about it, no.
Can you-
I'd have to, I could look, but I know nothing about
Can you
it.
confirm that it happened?
I don't know anything about it. I'm hearing it now for the first time.
Okay, great. And then on the Hyundai incident.
He doesn't know anything about it. Wasn't it his thing? Wait, whoa.
Construction workers at the plant. Have you heard any feedback from Hyundai?
I just heard about that a little
Wait,
while
yeah.
before the
Look at
news
this.
conference, and
We're just
I
going to have
would
this up
say
here for a
that,
second.
They were
New York
illegal
Times
aliens.
says Trump authorized mission to plant listening devices.
But I
How would he know?
nothing about the instance that happened a little while ago.
How would he know nothing about something he authorized? What?
Korea already, and of course, they pledged to invest 150 billion in the U.S. when they were just here, last week. Are you concerned?
Well, and
at
they
all?
have the right to sell cars and things in our country. It's not like a one-sided deal.
Are you concerned at all about, your immigration agenda potentially clashing with these economic goals?
Well, we
Good
want to
point.
get along with other countries, and we want to have a great, stable workforce. And we had, as I understand it, a lot of illegal aliens, some not the best of people, but we had a lot of illegal aliens working there. So, look, they're doing their job. That's what they have to do. These are people that came through with Biden. They came through illegally. They came into our country, so we have to do our job.
The now Department of War has been involved in the crime cleanup in D.C.
I just want to pause that real quick. The reporter just asked a great question. Do you feel like your economic goals of growth will clash with your immigration policy of mass deportation, which, once again, according to the American Immigration Council, will cut our GDP by $2 trillion per year? He didn't have an answer. He just said that there's some undocumented immigrants that came in under Biden that are working. Next question.
You've tasked Congress with proposing and passing a crime bill. What are some things that you would really like to see codified in that crime bill?
Well, I think one of the things is the cashless bail. It's killing it. When that came out, the first time, that's when you saw the real big crime start to happen. Cashless bail, what a disaster that is. You murder somebody, you don't have to put up bail, and you go out in the street and you murder somebody else. That's what's happened. It happens so often. And that's one of the things. And other of the things you're reading about, is just standard, but just a certain toughness. I have to say, one of the elements of fascination for people over the last period of time has been what's happened to D.C. So we've gone from one of the most dangerous cities in our country to what they call a safe city. It's a totally safe city. In fact, I set up dinner in Washington, D.C. next week. I wouldn't have done that, to be honest. I would have had an obligation not to do it before I came into office, or even at the very beginning when things were so corrupt and so dangerous out on the streets. So Washington, D.C. has had virtually no crime. We even have a mayor that's admitting to it, and she's a liberal Democrat, in all fairness. She's a person that hasn't gotten exactly along with Republicans over the years. And she said she's never seen anything like it. So Washington, D.C. is a totally safe city. We have virtually no crime. It's gone from the most unsafe city in the United States, almost, just about, to one of the safest cities, maybe the safest city in the United States. That's a tremendous compliment to our military, what we did.
If he cares about crime, why did he pardon people that tried to kill cops in Washington, D.C. in front of the Capitol building?
National Guard's done a fantastic job. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, can I ask about Florida real quick? Florida House Speaker Daniel Perez was at the White House yesterday as part of a leadership summit.
Yes.
And we understand you met with him separately. Mr. President, what did you talk about? And also, did you explore him running for Florida Attorney General?
I didn't. We didn't talk about that, but he's done a fantastic job. He's respected all over the country, really. He's a leader, and he's done just a fantastic job. We didn't discuss
Wait, something else.
anything having to do with his
He's
future.
covering his hand.
I'm sure he'd be very good at that.
My second question, Alligator Alcatraz, sticking with Florida, a major ruling appeals court blocked a federal judge's order to close it and it can remain open for now. Your reaction?
I think they've done a fantastic job in building it, the governor and everybody else that's been involved. It's an incredible facility. It's housing people for usually a very short period of time before they get brought back to their countries. As you know, we focus on criminals before we focus on anybody else, and we're taking thousands and thousands of criminals out every month out of our country, some of them murderers. And I think Florida's done a great job by building it, and whether it's Alligator, Alcatraz, or anything else you want to call it, I was there. I visited with the governor, with other people. I guess Nikki was there. Tom Homan's been there a lot. A lot of people have been there from, it's an amazing facility for what it is. It's not a hotel. It's not supposed to be a hotel, but they've done a great job with it. And I'm very happy with the judge's decision.
You also mentioned Venezuela.
One thing I want to point out here before we listen to the next question is that he just said they're focusing on those with criminal records before anybody else. Why? Because they're the easiest to find. Not because he thinks that they're worse or that they're the more immediate threat. He wants to deport every single undocumented immigrant in this country, and he's made it clear. However, his numbers have been low compared to what he promised. So people on the right that support this garbage are freaking out. So now he's saying that we're focusing on the criminals before anybody else because they're the easiest to find. Not to mention that the Biden-Harris administration was actually deporting undocumented immigrants with prior violent offenses at higher rates compared to Trump's administration now. I'll pull up the data for that while we're listening to this next question.
Venezuela, I want to ask one more follow-up question on that. On the U.S. strike on the Venezuelan drug cartel, the Maduro regime is pushing back today. In fact, they say the U.S. seeks regime change through military threat. Your reaction to those words, and also, would you like to see regime change in Venezuela?
Well, we're not talking about that, but we are talking about the fact that you had an election which was very strange.
Oh, got some lag? Can you guys hear me? Is my stream lagging? Can you guys hear me? No, you guys can hear me. What the? What the? Oh, sorry. Just I guess my computer had a hiccup. There we go.
Election, to put it mildly, I'm being very
Still
nice when I
lag?
say that.
What the fuck?
I can only say.
What the fuck is going on? Bro, I just bought this computer like 2 months ago. It's supposed to be good. Yo, what the hell's going on?
That
there it goes.
billions of dollars of drugs are pouring into our country from Venezuela. The prisons of Venezuela have been opened up to our country. They've taken their prisoners, the worst prisoners, murderers, Tren de Aragua, the worst prisoners that you can ever imagine are now happily living in the United States of America.
Is doing it again? Crazy work. Okay, it's the ICE. Okay, I'm on the ICE.gov statistics. Need to get off that. I think that this one specific web page
now,
is
many of them we've gotten out.
There we go.
It's not easy to get them out because of the liberal system that we're working with in many cases, not in all cases. But millions and millions of dollars and billions of dollars of drugs are pouring out of Venezuela and other countries. Look, China, what they're doing with fentanyl is a terrible thing.
Oof. Okay. I think that the TikTok stream is about to get restricted. We'll let it continue to play. We might just like end our stream early. Well, hopefully, I'm just gonna mute him for this part when he's yapping about the DRUGS. TikTok hates that shit. Let me tell you guys, TikTok hates that shit. They hear that word and they just restrict the stream. They take it down. But I will tell you guys something while we're letting him finish his yap about the DRUGS here, because we can't have that on TikTok. 85 to 90% of the DRUGS that are brought into this country across the southern border are brought by citizens. Has he ever announced any policy, any action plan whatsoever to crack down on those citizens bringing the DRUGS into the country? No. No, he has not. Let's go ahead and continue to roll this. We're going to skip forward a little bit so we could get past the DRUG part.
The high seas or the low seas, they're going to be in trouble. I will tell you, boat traffic is substantially down.
What?
In the area that happened, and they called it the runway. It's a runway to the United States, and boat traffic is very substantially down on the runway. You can imagine why. I think anybody that saw that is going to say, "I'll take a pass." I don't even know about fishermen. They may say, "I'm not getting on the boat. I'm not going to take a chance."
What happens if Venezuela flies jets over U.S. naval vessels again?
Well, I would say they're going to be in trouble. We'll let them know about that. We heard that happen, but it wasn't really over, not like they described. But I would say, General, if they do that, you have a choice of doing anything you want, okay? If they fly in a dangerous position, I would say that you can, you or your captains can make the decision as to what they want to do, all right?
Sir, how close did they get? We have one more. You said they didn't go over.
Say it?
How close did they get? You said the planes did not
Well,
go
I don't want
over.
to talk about that, but if they do put us in a dangerous position, they'll be shut down. Thank you very much, everybody. So we're going to now cover the G20, and I'm going to let these people go back to the Department of War and figure out how to maintain peace. Okay? Thank you very much. Thank you. Congratulations.
Okay. All right. So there's the big announcement. There's the big announcement. The big announcement is that the Department of Defense is now the Department of War. Yes, the Department of War that is dropping bombs on, Venezuelan boats in the sea. The Department of War is now calling for regime changes in Venezuela and Iran. The Department of War directed a bunch of Navy SEALs to covertly go into North Korea, killed 11 innocent civilians, botched the mission, backed out, and it was approved by Trump, but now Trump is saying he knows nothing about it. The Department of War is trying to figure out how to maintain peace? Interesting.
And gives your administration powerful tools to get American hostages out. This has been a focus of your administration this time around. Adam Bowler's here, and he's done incredible work already. This will give him even more.
By the way, this man right here, he's a total scumbag. He's a total scumbag. His name is Will Scharf. Will Scharf is a total scumbag.
We know, and me and a couple of other people that you don't know, but we've gotten a lot of hostages. Do you want to describe it?
Mr. President, you brought back 72.
Oh, wait, that's actually not Will Scharf. Will Scharf was the lawyer that just gave him the pen to sign the executive order.
Gotten 20 taken. So he is negative
20
20.
taken.
20 taken.
They don't take our people so often.
So, Mr. President,
That's great.
when we spoke, you said that was a primary focus, and I'll tell you the job is easy because of you.
And we paid nothing, too.
We pay nothing. We
They
don't
pay
exchange.
$6 billion. They always paid $6 billion for 5 people. $6 billion. It was just a number I kept hearing. Not only that, $6 billion plus we'd get like one person, and they'd get 6. They got one, the Prince of Doom, they call him. He was the number.
Hey, I'm going to let this play for like 30 seconds while I go quickly use the restroom. I'll be right back. Once we're back from using the restroom, we'll probably go back into the debates.
Money. So, no, we don't do that. You know, once you pay money, and then a lot of people start disappearing. They start grabbing reporters, too. They think the reporter is going to get a lot of money. And to me, they would. You'll be well taken care of. I better stress that, because otherwise we have headlines. He said this or he said that. No, I'm not smiling about it. But they would. They'd be grabbing reporters. They'd be grabbing everybody. And especially when you pay the kind of money that Biden and Obama, they used to pay money that was crazy. We don't pay. And if you don't pay, they find it to be not a lucrative business anymore. That's fantastic. Would you like to say something?
Sir, it's really Spihar, Special Envoy Bowler, it's Rick Grinnell, it's Steve Witkoff, who brought Americans home. But with this EO you are signing today, you are drawing a line in the sand that U.S. citizens will not be used as bargaining chips, and it provides your Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, the same tool set to punish states who take our citizens wrongfully the same way that we can punish those who sponsor terrorists. This is a very significant EO you are signing today, sir.
Thank you, Sebastian.
All right, everybody.
Great job, too.
Should we go back into the debates?
Yes, and I hear.
Should we go back into the debates? All right, are you guys fulfilled with a yap from Trump and co? I agree. Let's go ahead and head back into those debates. If you're watching and you support Trump, hop in that queue for me. We'll get you up here right now. Okay, I'm definitely fulfilled for yap from Trump and co for the foreseeable future. We didn't really learn much today from what we did watch. Just him once again avoiding accountability in relationship to the botched military operation that took place in North Korea in 2019. And once again, just renaming the Department of Defense to the Department of War. What a terrible move. You know, I thought that our DoD was supposed to maintain the peace. But now you're telling me that a federal entity that is supposed to be maintaining the peace is the Department of War. Very interesting. Let's go to get that next guest up in here. Hop in that queue. If you support Trump, we'll get you loaded up. Everyone, just give us a minute. We'll get the next guest up in here right now. Right now, we only have 36 guest requests. Meanwhile, we have close to 12,000 people hanging out with us on TikTok. So hop in that queue. If you support Trump, we'll get you loaded up, and let's try to get that first guest in here right now. As well as, hey, Diana, thank you for the $3 on PayPal. Ziana with a 5, as well as Tyler with a $5 on Venmo, Brett with a $1, and Austin with a 5, and Wiley with a 10, saying, have a good day. Thank you so much, Wiley. I appreciate everyone so much for the love over on PayPal and Venmo. What's up? Do you support Trump? Hello? They're not here, so we're going to move on to the next guest. Let's go to get that next guest done, detail, and loaded into the live. In the meantime, guys, make sure that we're double tapping away on that phone screen. Here we go. What's up? Are you Maga?
Yes, I am.
And how old are you?
I am 20 years old. How about you, Dean? How old are you?
I am 21. What year are you born in?
I'm July 05.
Perfect. So why do you support Trump?
I support him for a lot of reasons, but I would say mainly is the immigration.
You support him because of immigration. Oh, I just don't see any positive outcomes of his immigration policy. Like his mass deportation, name one way that will materially benefit this country.
By putting the citizens above illegal people that came into this country.
By raising the citizens up? No, actually, mass deportation pulls citizens down by firing 8.3 million of our businesses' employees and deporting 11 million of their consumers. According to the American Immigration Council, this will reduce our GDP by 1.1 trillion through 1.7 trillion per year. That is definitionally speaking going to be bad for this country and bad for those in it, including citizens. And he left. He ran away. Have a good one. Have a good one. We're going to go and see what that next guest has to say. Hop in that queue, view support Trump. We're going to go ahead and get Haley loaded in. He said goodbye. No argument. No argument, quite frankly. All right, who's next? All right, we're going to move on to that next Trump supporter right now. That last guy literally lasted 30 seconds. We got Daniel loaded in. Okay. All right, what's up, Daniel? Do you support Trump? Daniel is not here. Goodbye, Daniel. Moving on to Haley. We're going to be banning anybody and everybody that comes up here in violation of the rules. What's up, Haley? You MAGA?
No, I love you, Dean.
I'm sorry. I do have to ban you. Wait, is he back? What happened?
Sorry, dude. I lagged out there for a second.
Lagged out. Okay. Well, we'll go back to what I was saying. You said that you support mass deportation because it helps put the citizens above. It prioritizes the citizens. How could it be prioritizing our citizens when it hurts our citizens?
I would say safety. I mean, 70% of the deportations have been people with criminal records. And so not excluding those that have came across the border, but on top of that, they have a criminal offense or they've had something that made ICE think they were going to do something.
So the Biden-Harris administration was deporting undocumented immigrants with like prior crimes on their record, violent crimes, etc., at higher levels than the Trump administration is today.
I do not believe that at all.
Yeah, all that you got to do to prove it is to go to ice.gov/statistics.
But you think Biden deported more people than Trump has in his first year?
Proportionally, as we're only referencing undocumented immigrants with prior like violent criminal offenses, yes.
How many people did Biden and Kamala deport?
How about I just show you this graph from ice.gov? Give me one moment. Here is ICE arrests and deportations.
If that's true, then why are you guys making such a big deal over ICE?
There we go. All right. So if we look at this quarterly, what we see is that the arrest rates from ICE of specifically undocumented immigrants with prior violent offenses was significantly higher in 2021, 2022, and 2023 than we have seen so far in the first 2 quarters of Donald Trump's administration.
Why is that, do you think?
Why is that? Because they only focused on immigrants, on undocumented immigrants with prior criminal offenses, unlike Trump, who's focusing on all undocumented immigrants.
70% of the people Trump has deported have been have criminal offenses on top of entering the country legally.
Right, but maybe if that was 100%, he'd be deporting more of them proportionate to the Biden-Harris administration. But he's not. And by the way, that's data from ICE's own website.
So
that I
do you,
just showed you
so,
on screen.
so, so
Wait,
do you
one
think...
one second. It was data from ICE's own website. You could go to ice.gov/statistics. Then also, where is that number coming from? That 70% of individuals that have been deported have had prior criminal offenses on their records?
The Department of Homeland Security.
Where could I read that from them?
It was Tom Homan's words. I looked at it yesterday, actually.
So
I can't remember.
okay, well, I don't think that Tom Homan's word of mouth is going to be a reliable source.
Well, I think he knows more about border security than you do. I'm just
well, I mean,
saying
if Tom Homan wanted to be able to give a source for that, that's fine. But it doesn't seem like
it's his like Department of Interior or Department of Defense's numbers.
Well, I mean,
so
listen, man, I'm just simply not going to trust the word of mouth of Tom Homan. Now, if Tom Homan came with sources, I would. See, I came at you with sources. I did. I just showed you on screen to demonstrate that the Biden-Harris administration had higher levels of removals of undocumented immigrants, specifically with prior violent offenses, to that compared to the Trump administration.
If you want to pick certain facts to go by, that's fine. I'm not going to debate. Like, that's just so stupid. Like, anyone can say that fact's untrue, this fact's true. So whatever you want to say.
Nobody could say what the facts that I just gave you were false. The facts to demonstrate that the Biden-Harris administration had higher levels of removals of undocumented immigrants with prior violent offenses. And then you said that this mass deportation is somehow making our country safer. I don't know. I disagree with that too. Because of like the negative economic effects that I just described, we should expect to see an increase in poverty, and a lot of crime is consequential of poverty. Not to mention that undocumented immigrants only account for 1% of total violent crime. In fact, they're 2.5 times less likely to commit violent crimes on American soil than American citizens.
So is that percent too much because they're like, is that, wait, what percent did you say illegals commit?
1.
So should we have that 1%?
Immigrants.
Yeah, should we have that 1% at all or no?
We shouldn't have any violent crime. But the argument is, if we do a mass deportation, we will only have more.
How would we have more if we deport?
Because the economy will be worse off, destabilizing American businesses.
How is the economy destabilized since we've been deporting all these people?
For sure. Well, according to the American Immigration Council, if we were to remove every single undocumented immigrant tomorrow, GDP would fall by close to $2 trillion.
Which they're not doing that.
Natural and expected as a result of a removal of the laborers. We have to also consider here that undocumented immigrants are significantly more likely to work in the American labor force than citizens, given that more of them are of working age. Not to mention they qualify for less benefits and pay more taxes on average since they can't file for a federal tax return. So, in other words, funding a mass deportation is like spending $2 trillion to lose trillions of dollars because we're losing their direct contributions to the GDP, we're losing their direct contributions to taxable revenue, and then we're losing their indirect contributions to the GDP and increases in productivity experienced in the workforce via the profit extracted off of their labor by their employer, or just the fact that they then turn around and buy more goods, and which promotes the manufacturing of more goods.
So is GDP? So this is a legitimate question. Is GDP the only thing we're going for? Like like genuine question. So if the argument is to keep illegal immigrants because our GDP is going to be better, is it better to keep illegal immigrants in our country, or to have a higher GDP?
You're getting lost in the sauce because remember, me pointing out the negative economic effects of mass deportation was to demonstrate the destabilizing effects on the economy, to demonstrate how we should see an increase in crime following a mass deportation. Right? So this actually wasn't an argument of my own to explain why I think that mass deportation is bad, although it is one. However, as a response to your position, arguing that America would be safer if we were to do a mass deportation, I argued against that point with 2 arguments. The first argument was to demonstrate that the Trump administration is deporting individuals with prior criminal offenses at lower rates than Biden because they're not just focusing on them, which shows they're worse compared to Biden for the safety in the context of undocumented immigrants with prior criminal offenses. And then point number 2 is that our country would be less safe as our economy would be destabilized. With higher levels of poverty comes more crime.
So Trump and Tom Homan deporting all these illegal aliens that came through the southern border.
Undocumented immigrants. We should give them a little bit of their humanity back.
Illegal aliens.
Well, I think that we should call them undocumented immigrants. I think that you already dehumanized them.
You can call them whatever. I don't really care what you call them, but whatever. So allowing all these people in with terrorist ties, MS-13, all these...
Oh, all these people with terrorist ties, MS-13.
I'm not saying they're
all of that. All of that. See, now you're pivoting away from the argument that I just gave you.
I'm saying where exactly where it was. So for them, so let's say Trump deports MS-13 gang member. Like you're okay with that in that case, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What about an illegal alien that
Undocumented immigrant.
Sure, that has other convictions? You're okay with Trump deporting them?
Yeah, like prior violent criminal convictions or like pretty
Okay.
insane non-violent criminal convictions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we agree. Perfect. So 70%, let's just say you grant me that 70% number.
Well,
Would you then
I'm not
be in
going to say
favor?
that as you haven't been able to demonstrate a source yet.
I could find it, but I don't have other tech. Let's say I could find it, okay? So let's say that 70% number is true. Would you then be in favor for the majority of what Trump and Tom Homan are doing to say what they're doing with mass deportations is good, if that 70% number was true?
Yeah, so if my grandma had
Majority.
if my grandma had wheels instead of legs, she'd be a wheelchair, man. And then even on that,
So
even
you're
the
just
removals.
pivoting. Answer.
Okay, you're gonna have to be able to allow me to finish speaking. Okay. You were actually banned for violating the community guidelines, but I will respond nonetheless. So even still yet, no. Assuming that 70% of his removals were specifically of individuals with like prior criminal offenses, violent offenses that I would suggest would warrant removal, I still wouldn't support majority of them, considering the fact that the way in which he has been removing undocumented immigrants, even those with prior criminal offenses, has been unconstitutional. Right? Think about like the planes full of Venezuelan immigrants that he deported against the withholding order of a judge and gave no due process to Sica in El Salvador. You know, think Abrigo Garcia, even though Abrigo Garcia didn't even have a criminal record. You know, I only support the president enacting policy or change in which is constitutional. Right? I don't support people losing their right to due process. What's up? Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
Okay, how old are you?
36.
Okay, and why do you support the worst president of your 36 years of life, Mr. Trump?
I think how he's brokering peace around the world is pretty good.
I think
for
he's,
the world's sake.
I think he's kind of doing
Especially-
bad with peace. You know, he's definitely doing really bad with peace with Russia and Ukraine. He's kind of failed there.
I think Kamala would have been maybe worse. But
Really? I
no.
reject that. The reason why I reject that is because Donald Trump has started to adopt her plan.
Yeah, so like on a 60-minute interview, she said Iran was the America's biggest adversary, and she really needs to look into it and say.
Wait 1 second, my friend. With all due
You can't
respect,
have
you're
nuclear-
pivoting. I'll let you talk about other countries next, but like first and foremost, you said that you think that Donald Trump is better for Russia and Ukraine. I said, really? Because now he started to adopt her plan, and he has. Like, for instance, day one, he defunded Ukraine. He realized it was bad for about 1 billion reasons. So then in July, he resumed all the funding for Ukraine's military to put more international pressure on Russia, just like Biden and Harris were doing and wanted to continue to do. His plan was such a failure that he had to concede to what the Democrats wanted to do all along.
You know, maybe he could take some good ideas from other people too.
Right, which shows that he's a failure, though. So obviously, I think that conflict would be significantly better off if Kamala Harris had won.
Oh, maybe.
Do you have any other
We
arguments,
just
my
don't,
friend?
we just don't know. It just seems like it's generally more peaceful when he's in office. You know, it seems like there's less real conflicts going on.
I don't know, man. Last time he was in office, we had one of the largest conflicts and attacks on the American democracy in American history when he tried to steal and rig the election from Biden in 2020.
That was one of the biggest things that happened.
Yeah, it was the largest attack on the American democracy since the Civil War.
All right.
He literally tried to take away everybody's right to vote. Biden won the election. Trump sent fake slates of electorates to 7 different of our key swing states with fake votes for himself. Then he told them to send them back to Congress and told Mike Pence to ratify them as the real votes. He tried to install himself as a president. And honestly, I wish that more people would care about this. It's surprising that many don't. And if you're interested in researching this, just go on Google, type in Trump's fake elector plot. He admitted to this all in court. In fact, if you were in here when we were watching Donald Trump's speech from the Oval not too long ago, Will Scharf, the attorney that gave him that executive order to sign, went on Fox News and CNN and talked about how Donald Trump admitted to these things in courts as he was representing his official legal argument.
Yeah. And then, just going back to that Iran, Israel, people were freaking out about a month ago at it. Now, not a lot of people really talk about it because it's kind of calmed down over there. Agree?
Calm down. No, I mean I think that Israel has only ramped up its ethnic cleansing of the Palestinian individuals. You know, they're striking hospitals and then they're striking the people.
Iran with Israel.
Striking Iran with Israel.
Yeah, that's what everybody was freaking out of. I mean, obviously, the Palestinian thing is not great, and that's
well, here's
ramped
my
up.
thing.
You know,
I just don't think that Israel would have struck Iran in the first place if Kamala Harris had won.
According to her 60-minute interview, it seemed like it was going to be a little bit more hectic and maybe ruffled a few more feathers.
Okay, can you
But
give me an argument
it's
to
hard,
demonstrate
you know,
the
it's
point
hard
is
to
clear?
debate something that didn't happen. You know.
Okay, well, if you think it'd be hard to debate because it didn't happen, then what do you think you could debate? Why do you support Trump?
I like the no tax on tips.
Okay, all right. I agree. I also like no tax on tips. However, the other 831 pages of the big beautiful bill, in total, according to the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, are going to be on average hurting Americans making at or beneath $51,000 per year, which is above the income of the average American. So overall, that bill is incredibly harmful to the average American, and especially harmful to low-income Americans by taking health care away from 3 million people and food stamps away from 3 million people.
Yeah. Is it the food stamps just requiring people to work to obtain them? Is
No,
that's what
the
it
healthcare.
is? All right.
And I disagree with that. I don't think that Medicaid should have a work requirement on it.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Do you think that you should have to be working in order to receive Medicaid, even though it's an essential social safety net?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that you should have to be working in order to call 911, even though even though it is an essential social safety net?
Yeah.
So you think if you're unemployed, you shouldn't be able to call 911?
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
What about public roadways?
You can use those. Those are for everyone.
Wait, why? Because they're an essential social safety net, just like calling 911 or going to the hospital, paid for and funded by the taxpayer.
Yeah, I'll pay for other people to use the roads. That's fine.
So why won't you pay for other people to have their life saved at the hospital or to have their life saved by a police officer?
Police don't really save lives, in my opinion. They're kind of just there to convict and not to actually help, it seems like. So I'm kind of under the I like the idea of maybe not defund the police, but they don't allocate their funds great.
I mean, I agree that the police are not the best they could be and that the police don't allocate their funds great. I think that the solution to this is to give them even more money.
You think police save a ton of lives?
I think that the solution is to give them even more money and proper oversight. I like, listen, in my mind, I think that being a cop should be like wanting to be a lawyer, right? It's like a highly respected job that you have to go to school for so long to get, and you're very highly paid when you're working that job. And obviously that is a solution that would require more structuring, more oversight, and more money, not less money, right? And regardless of the fact if you think police don't save life, they can, right? You know, so I think if you're in a position as a low-income American, you have somebody break into your house, they're rummaging through your shit downstairs, and you're scared as shit, sitting in your bathroom upstairs, you should absolutely be able to call 911 even though you don't have a job.
Yeah, I mean, one time I called 911 recently, and they straight up said they're not going to come for a noise complaint of someone ringing my doorbell, in the middle of the night, and people congregating outside the house. So I don't necessarily think the police are all that great.
Well, congregation outside of your house, if it's on public,
if you're not paying taxes, then for sure not. If they're not even helping
congregation outside of your house, if it's on a public roadway or something, public property, that's not illegal.
Yeah, 2 a.m. ringing my doorbell.
I mean, depending on where you live,
won't
it's
show
possible
up.
that's
That's
also
what they
illegal.
said. I mean, they were kind of fishing, hey, do they have weapons or
Right, asking you if they're doing things that are illegal, given that in your area, that it's likely
I said
not
no,
illegal.
but it was annoying. I don't think you would want to live like that. And the fact that they didn't come and I pay taxes, I don't think people who don't pay taxes should get any kind of service like that.
Okay,
I mean,
well then I just think that you're a terrible piece of shit. Imagine that there's an unemployed mother of 5 and her ex-husband breaks in and tries to kidnap their children. She shouldn't be able to call the cops?
no, she should.
Oh wait, but I thought you just said individuals without jobs shouldn't be able to call 911.
Did she not have a job in this scenario?
No, she was unemployed. So, do you think
Um,
that we should let those kids be kidnapped?
No.
No, so she
No, we're
should
not
be able to
gonna
call
say
911, right?
Well, like I said before, 911 doesn't really.
Which one is it?
prevent
Which one is
this
it?
from
Should she
happening.
be able to call 911 or not? She knows her ex-husband is on the way, coming to hurt
I guess
her
it wouldn't
and take the
matter. So
kids.
I guess I'll just go with no because she's not working.
Okay, all right. Well, I think that you are a total piece of shit. And we're going to move on to the next guest. Yeah, so he just said that he's okay with children being kidnapped. Oh, I should have let him stay it for another second and asked him if he was pro-life. Claire, thank you so much for the $15 over on PayPal. Claire, I really appreciate that from you. Claire says, enjoy your birthday celebrations this weekend. Thank you, Claire. Yeah, I can't wait. That's, in fact, as soon as I end the live, I'm going to go get packed and hit the road. As well as Heidi with the $10. Thank you so much for the love, Heidi. Heidi with the $10 says, drumroll please, it's loading. I've been in the hospital recovering from a stroke and now spending my time in the hospital with my elderly mom, you and Parker. And you and Parker are my only sources of happiness each day. Thank you for standing up for the LGBTQ plus community and all the other forgotten ones. You make my day. Please read Gays for Dean and Parker. You give us hope. Heidi, I am so happy to hear that you are recovering. And I'm sorry that you had that happen to you, man. When I was younger, I had a mini stroke, and I remember it was the scariest shit ever. So I can't even imagine what you went through, Heidi, and I appreciate you for being here. What's up, Johnny? Do you support Trump? No, Johnny's not here. Guys, we're going to go ahead and try to get our last guest loaded up. We are just about at 4 hours, but like honestly, I think I am going to try to hit the road to Boulder tonight. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be our last guest, so I could hit the road to Boulder this evening. Oh yeah, it sounds super nice to be able to wake up. Oh, dude, there's a great crepe place in Boulder. I started going there like 3 times a week in the morning. And at that point, when I was living there, I didn't have too much money. And those crepes were like fucking $13 each. So I was spending an unhealthy amount of my income at the time on those goddamn crepes. But they were so good. They're so good. Cannot wait to have one of those tomorrow morning. Let's go to get that next guest loaded in. What's up? Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 19.
You're 19. What year are you born in?
2006.
Okay, could you disconnect like any like Bluetooth devices that you're talking to me through?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. By the way, if you want to support me, you can find my Venmo and my PayPal in the link tree in my bio. I get 100% of those proceeds over there, and I really appreciate everyone so much that has shown love today. Okay, welcome back. So why do you support Trump?
I think I don't support him. I don't support him as a president. I mean, as a person, I support him as a president.
Okay, why?
Because I think he's a great political leader for us, and I believe the Biden administration made us look weak.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. You have a pretty shitty mic making this conversation hard.
I apologize. That's my phone, and I don't know what else I could tell you.
How does Trump make us look strong? Is it like the belligerent misinformation he spews, like saying windmills cause cancer?
Thing
is it like renaming our Department of Defense to Department of War? Is it bending the knee to Putin?
So when it comes to the Biden administration,
I didn't ask you about the Biden administration. I asked you about Trump. How does Trump make us look strong?
Like in Afghanistan, he didn't withdrew 2,500 soldiers, unlike Biden. And Biden got a lot of innocent people.
All right, bro, dude, calm down with the Biden derangement syndrome. Tell me how you think Trump makes us look strong. Come on, bro. Also, by the way, he did withdraw troops from Afghanistan. You forget that Biden only withdrew the last troops in Afghanistan. They were withdrawing troops for like a year and a half at the end of Trump's term. It's just that Biden withdrew the last troops.
Hello?
So he actually did withdraw troops.
Yeah, so I think the Trump administration is very strong when it comes to like war, facing, because when it came to Iran or Israel, whatever, he didn't let Iran create a nuclear
Iran.
program. I mean, he
He
did
actually
back them
did.
up. Yeah, he stopped them
No,
from
no, he
creating.
actually allowed them. He greenlit them to build nukes when he pulled us out of the JCPOA with him. We had a denuclearization agreement with Iran, preventing them from constructing nuclear weapons. He pulled us out of it in his first term, greenlighting them to build nuclear weapons.
Oh, well, that they didn't show that to the news.
Well, I mean, this was in 2018, so maybe you just weren't paying close enough
Yeah,
attention.
2017, probably 2018.
I'm sorry, my friend. I am going to have to remove you. You're kind of giving me a migraine. The feedback on that mic, you know how it's like, it's kind of difficult to listen to yourself speak, like as you're speaking, but it's like a little bit delayed. It kind of like fucks with your head. It was kind of fucking with my head a little bit. Yo, real quick, Alexa, thank you so much for the $10 on Venmo, saying, here's $10 for a birthday drink on me. Thank you for the work you do. Thank you, Alexa. That's actually very fucking kind of you. Let me tell you. So tomorrow night, I'm going to be spending that $10 on a birthday drink, Alexa. I am going to be going to the nicest restaurant in Boulder. Well, at least in my mind, the nicest restaurant in Boulder. I went there like 1 or 2 times when I used to live there. And oh my God, I'm not going to share the name of the restaurant. I'm tempted to, but I won't. And I will be spending that $10 on a nice drink there. So thank you, Alexa. As well as Dustin. Thank you for the $13 over on Venmo. I appreciate you for that love, Dustin. Show some love to Dustin down below. As well as Caitlin with the $10. I've said it before that undocumented immigrants can get mortgages and loans with an ITIN. But I just looked up for filing for a tax refund with only an ITIN. Thought you'd want to know if you're making a false statement. So undocumented immigrants can get mortgages and loans legally. However, like most vendors don't offer them. So like your credit analysis, and you probably like approve the ones who do offer them, but like many don't. Also, Lisa, thank you so much for the $30 over on PayPal, saying, here, have some crepes on me. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. I am going to have some crepes on you. That is very kind of you. Thank you so much. I want to see 300 Lisa W's down below in that comment section. That is incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much. Now, Elliot Taylor in the chat says, why do people listen to this kid? Why don't you hop up here, Elliot? I sent you an invite. Are you going to run? Are you going to run away, Elliot? Are you going to run away, Elliot? I think that you should come up here. Come on, Elliot. Don't be scared. I sent you an invite. Oh, I guess he's scared. Kristen with $1 on Venmo says that the word is belligerent, not belligerent. Sorry, I need to get better at fixing that. I do. As well as Steven, thank you for the $10 on Venmo, saying thank you for doing all that you do. You give me hope for the future of America. Thank you, man. I appreciate you for being here. Come on, Elliot. Don't run, kid. By the way, his bio says 23-year-old grandpa. If true, then very concerning. Very concerning. Holy shit. Very, very, very concerning. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to go out and end for the day. I'm going to hop off. I'm going to go pack my bag, throw it in my car, and head out to Boulder. I'm hyped. Very hyped. Very hyped. So I'm going to go do that now. I won't be live tomorrow. No Dean live. And honestly, I'm pretty excited. I haven't taken a day off in a while. So I will not be live tomorrow. And unfortunately, there's going to be a handful of days throughout the month where I'm not live either. Like, I'm not going to be live when I go out to CSU on the 18th. And I'm not going to be live on the 30th or even likely 1st of September and October. But I rarely take days off. I think this year so far, I've taken like 3 days off. And it is September. So yeah. Rachel, thank you for the $10 over on PayPal, saying happy belated birthday, Dean. Thank you, Rachel. I just wanted to be known. My birthday was like 4 days ago. But thank you. I just want to let you know, like for everybody watching, saying enjoy your weekend. Thank you. You know, I'm happy. I'm happy to finally take some time off. It's very needed. Boy, oh boy. You know, let me tell you guys, it is needed. I love you all though. I'm going to go ahead and hop off. I will see you all on Sunday. And if you want to keep up to date with me, I'm sure I'll be posting on Instagram while I'm gone. Oh, okay. One last donation I want to read off here before we take off. Cher, thank you so much for the $50 donation on PayPal. That is ridiculous. That is so much money. Thank you so much, Cher. That is very, very kind of you. Cher with the $50 says, keep up the good fight. What about the children of Grapus? Will they be loved? Have a good life? Will they get support from their fathers? Will they be okay with knowing that their fathers are Grapus? I'm sure that this was in reference to some conversation. I just forget which one. I'd hope that they wouldn't get support from their fathers if they were born, because I'd hope that their fathers are in jail. Will they be loved and have a good life? Rare but possible. Rare but possible. Would they be okay with knowing that their fathers are Grapus? Probably not. If I had to guess, Cher's probably further back in the live on YouTube. And I think I debated somebody on abortion, specifically about children produced via grape. And she's probably just giving kind of like information in relationship to like maybe why victims of grape should be able to access abortion. But that's it from me. I'm going to go ahead and hop off. You guys have a good rest of your night. Peace and love, guys.